Alright, so
Oh,
accelerated Prey Drv. I think this is either the bottom of B tier or the top of C tier. P, what do you think?
Yeah, personally, I prefer the other damage mutation perk. Do extra damage on a bleeding target.
Oh yeah, Hemomania.
Sounds more universally useful for carnivores. Upper C, maybe. Lower B, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, somewhere here. We can change this later on. Aki, what do you think?
Also would put it probably on the higher C tier because it's just like 10% buff when the prey is like under 20% health, or I think like around that. It's not even half.
Somewhere like that. Yeah, it's like low health.
Yeah, it's
The
like,
quick guide says 35% for
Oh, that's
10%
even crazy.
damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's
It's not the greatest. I would
Yeah.
never choose that as a damage source.
I thought this was actually 50%. Damn, that's actually so bad.
Yeah, 35 is rough.
Yeah. Alright, so advanced gestation. Aki, what do you think about this one? I'm not even gonna share my opinion.
What mutation is that even?
This is the one where you make eggs faster and incubate them faster. It's like so bad.
I would put it an F tier if that was, honestly.
There's no
It's like, what's the point of it? It's just you make the eggs faster.
Yep, yeah. Aki, what do you think?
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's a waste.
Yeah, this is don't pick
Unless you're really pumping out eggs like that.
yeah, this is just not worth it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Alright, this one.
Breeders, man.
This one. Augmented Tapetum. I actually have never used this perk yet, but I've seen the difference. Like, I've seen a screenshot of it. I heard it's really good. It, like, turns Carno's bad night vision into, like, somewhere, like, Serato, like, Omni or something like that. It actually increases by a lot. But I think this is good, but I haven't personally used it. What do you think about it, P? Have you ever used this?
I've never actually used that. I didn't even know it existed, so...
Yeah, it apparently makes
I
your
got
night
nothing.
vision, yeah, so much better. Aki, have you ever got this?
Yeah, I tried it. I would probably also put this on the F tier if there was. Because the requirement for you to get it is you need to kill someone at night and you need to kill from 4 to 12 players to unlock it.
Yeah,
which is insanely difficult.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Only carnivores.
Oh wow.
But
it's
Gamma
extra.
exists.
It's extra trash, dang.
Yeah. So
guys,
I don't know.
Don't use Gamma, guys. I swear, don't use it. Just get this mutation. It's worth it. Trust that. All right, we put this
So
at
worth
like
it, dude.
top of D tier for now. All right, so this. Okay, we don't even need to talk about this. Just doesn't work. It's one of those perks, just the mutations that just straight up don't work. When this was tested, P, have you? How do you feel about this, P?
That's a waste of a slot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the mutation that alerts you of the weather incoming.
Yep, and it doesn't even work.
Yeah, because apparently they're gonna add it in the future though for it to work, to avoid like the storms that actually blocks your vision a lot.
So basically it's like, oh yo, you're about to get blinded. You should do whatever you want to do after or like before getting blinded.
Or it's hide away or not move around. It's like
Yeah.
an indicator.
Yeah, I think this would be better than, like, it would be the top of D tier if it worked, but it doesn't work right now, so
Yeah.
don't pick this mutation, guys. Don't make that mistake. This next one's quite interesting, like, top of C tier, because it's how
Top of C
difficult you know, if we think about, like, we rate things depending on how hard they are to get, I think we're gonna have a lot of things that are really low, so let's just ignore the difficulties of getting it and just think about its, like, value that it gives us.
I would still put it on the lower B tier then, because it's useful on certain playables. Right now on Rex I would say it's pretty good.
Yeah,
on Aloe it's
definitely.
really good.
Mhm.
I know those are not available, but I've seen some people enjoying it. But as we mentioned in my video, there are just so much better mutations you can get on the second slot. But I wouldn't say it's like that
true.
terrible.
True. Even if we ignore how difficult it is to get it, you do have to sacrifice your very important second slot, so I think this is top of C tier. What do you think, P?
I think it's half useful, half an RP mutation. Because, like, yeah, literally. Pretty much no reason to pick that over Gastro at this time. It gives you a cool skin, which is nice.
I think this is...
Even
this
if you
is a
can't
good
get
place.
Gastro, you can get the boosted heal.
Yeah, I don't think this is
So
better
it's
than
like-
Accelerated Prey Drv, but I think it's still, like,
No.
maybe C tier. 'Cause You can eat your friends that fall if you have this. You still have
That's
to
true.
replace the thing, though,
Mhm.
but I think it is better than Augmented Tapetum by a lot.
Definitely.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
So this next one, Cellular Regeneration. I personally think this is actually like B tier, if you think about it. I forgot how much it gives you, like, total. But yeah, P, what do you think about this?
I'm looking at the value.
15%.
It does
15?
15%.
Yeah.
I think this perk is underrated, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, especially on dinos with really bad heal, like Carno
Oh yeah.
and Tenno. I've used this perk a lot because sometimes gastro is not available. That's the one thing that is the bad thing about gastro. If there's no food available or you get your food denied, then you're in trouble.
Yep.
But that's where this perk comes in.
Yeah. Aki, what do you think?
Would actually put it on A tier personally.
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
A tier actually. Yeah.
Because
Like bottom of A
it
tier,
is-
somewhere like that?
No, middle of A tier, even
Yeah,
higher
middle of A
end.
tier.
Okay.
Because the mutation is indeed very underrated, but it's super strong on certain dinosaurs, especially on trikes right now. The amount of healing, the 15% is so much on trikes. It's crazy, actually.
Like insane
Yeah.
healing right now, and like pairing
And
this with it, man.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot. And it's also useful on other dinosaurs as well.
True.
It just makes them extremely more difficult to fight them in long run.
You've had
So-
that plus gastro. You're healing literally so much.
Efficient digestion. Now this, I've actually grown fond of this. You know, it makes it a bit difficult to grow considering your hunger drain slower means you get less diets over time, right? Because your diets drain faster. So I think it's a very good survival perk for those who needed like Carrera, Deinosuchus, like the ambush guys. But it is, I think it's like maybe slightly better than Cannibalistic. What do you think, Aki?
I would actually put it on B or lower A tier. Efficient digestion is quite underlooked. It's not very useful on carnivores, but I found it to be extremely useful on especially dinos, trikes, rex, because when I do try to hunt these big guys, the number one thing I look at is draining their water and hunger. And having efficient digestion is gonna actually make it so much more difficult.
True. P, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great mutation as well.
All right, now this next one is actually, I don't know how I feel about this one. This is the one where it's like the cousin of efficient digestion. I don't know how I feel about this one. I think it's good for growth, but after you grow, it only helps you keep your buffs for like a little bit longer. So I think this is like, I think better than Cannibalistic, maybe better than Accelerated Prey Drv, but what do you think, P?
I think upper middle C is good. It's definitely the worst cousin of efficient digestion, I think, just for longevity's sake. It's good for growing a trike. I've seen people do that
Oh yeah.
and just maintain that diet for longer. But, you know, I'd say overall, yeah, C tier.
Yep. Aki, what do you think?
Be honest, I never used it so I would probably put it on the lower C personally, or even D tier personally.
Oh,
Because
okay.
one of the things, as you mentioned, after you grow, it becomes useless. And I might be wrong, but when I take efficient digestion, my diet doesn't seem to be going down as quickly as well. And with the efficient digestion.
Oh, I
So-
see. So it's just
so
like a
I
worse cousin, sort of.
Yeah, so it's just worse version that you don't really need, to be honest.
All right, now this next one, guys, this one's actually my beloved. This is one of my favorite mutations, Enlarged Meniscus. When you take fall damage, it turns all of it into stamina and it completely prevents a bone break. Considering they changed fall damage where your damage is reduced, but you break your bone easier, I think this is really good if you want to prevent a bone break. What do you think, Aki?
Just want
To
to
be
say
honest-
you do actually break your bone.
You can if it completely drains your stamina. Once
I
guess
drained my
it's-
stamina. I broke my bone.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
it passes the stamina threshold, any amount passing the stamina instantly breaks your bone.
I honestly put it on S tier personally.
Oh,
One of the biggest reasons is it's a really good mutation on raptors and troodons, especially when certain dinosaurs are camping high ground.
true.
It's not even high ground, but even slightly at ledges. I instantly lose the fear of even the possibility of dying, and it gives you a lot of room to escape. It happened to me once where I pretended like I jumped off and I survived, and somebody followed me, and they didn't have enlarged meniscus, and they just died right behind me. So it happens sometime. Yeah, I really like the mutation because it's not the most useful, I would say, but it does add a lot of element of surprise.
yeah. It does go backfire sometimes, though. What do you think, P?
I think it's very good. I think I would personally place it in A.
Yeah, like top
I think
of
it's
A
very
tier.
good. But yeah, if you put yourself in a position where you're taking a significant amount of fall damage or even stamina damage instead of fall damage, you're going to be in big trouble a lot of those times, I think. But yeah, honestly, if I was in that situation, I'd probably rather have it than not. But I don't really pick it much because I just don't play around ledges really.
Yep, and also there's just so much better mutations you can pick than this. Congenital, photosynthetic, gastro, tactile, stuff like that. Usually
that is true.
perks. Yep. If they balance all perks equally, I think this would stand out. In my opinion, I would pick this much more.
Yeah, that's
All right.
true.
This next one is actually one I haven't tried myself, but it sounds great. It says footsteps last 50% shorter or something like that. And I think that sounds kind of nice, but I don't know how big of a difference it makes. What do you think, P? Have you ever used this?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever used this.
I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
That's a low C tier for me, honestly.
Yeah, just over.
Even if they lose your footprints, they can still have your blood.
That is true. What do you think, Aki?
So,
it's
low
worse
C
than.
tier?
Maybe we do this then.
Yeah, because it is very useless. I think also the blood works the same as the tracks, by the way. If I'm not certain. But one of the reasons why I think it could be useful is when the bigger dinosaurs start dropping. Because Cerrado has insane tracking. I don't know if you guys tried it, but Cerrado can track you for 5 minutes after you left the area, and he can still get the tracks and track you down. Yeah, I once tracked.
Every dino has different tracking duration. I did not know that actually.
Cerrado can, for example, when I play Cerrado, I can even track down Carnos that just full sprint, charge, and run away to the distance, and I can still track them down to very end with Cerrado.
Damn, I actually didn't know that.
Cerrado has insane, and it would be really good against like bigger tiers when they drop, because they will not have stamina to run away from Cerrados.
True, that is true.
And, yeah, so if a group of Cerrados get your tracks, you are kind of cooked if you're a really slow guy.
yeah, that is true.
that happens to me on Maya a lot too. They'll track you for so long, but Maya can escape.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Carno can as well if you play your cards right. But yeah, it is brutal.
They did buff Carno's stamina, which was actually a huge deal. It's now like equal terms with Cerrado nearly. When I tried like with a few of my friends when he was trying to like track me down, I actually managed to get away. Like, with both equal terms with Cerrado after buff. But before the buff, I think this perk, this mutation, would have been really good on Carno, because it had so much trouble with Cerrado always tracking it down. But since he got buffed, I don't think there's much use for this perk, other than, you know, other Cerrado cases.
I think it's gonna be useful.
Yeah, maybe even D tier, honestly.
But it could be useful, but compared to other mutation, it's just so bad.
I'm guessing C or D.
That's the only thing.
Alright, now epidermal fibrosis. I don't think I have any words for this one. I think I'm just straight up gonna put this in S tier, and we all know why. But in case people wanna know, Aki?
Well, yeah, I would probably put it on S tier or somewhere there. I
think this is bottom of S tier. Or like
middle. I would probably put it like middle or lower of the S tier. It's really great, especially on big dinos. Again, Trikes has that one. It's gonna be a terrible time trying to bleed it out.
Yep.
Especially with a lot of carnivores like Omni, Dilo, and Carnos having terrible bleed resistance. It's like quite of a lifesaver.
True. 15% doesn't sound that big, and it actually makes so much difference sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. P, what do you think of this?
It's an easy S tier for sure.
Yep, it's
really good perk.
Yep. Alright, now guys, this next one. Oh boy, it's Cerrado's favorite. I don't think we need to discuss this much further. Basically, this is the one where you eat and you just regain health. And I think this one, we'll come to the next one, this perk, Gastronomic Regeneration, pairs really well with Heighened Ghrelin, or however you spell that. But we'll come to that next. What do you think, P? What do you think about Gastro Regen? Do you think it's worthy of top S tier?
Yeah, I think it's the best perk in the game. The strongest perk. It has a downside, but that downside would be if you get body denied. But other than that, it just allows Omnis and Sarahs to just basically create a revolving door of combat if they have enough numbers, where it's just completely insurmountable.
Yep, it just becomes a loop of like, just guys, I'll take turn, go eat, you know? I see what you mean.
It becomes an unplayable game if you can't escape. That's quite frustrating for a lot of playables, I think.
It does make people immortal sometimes. Yeah, I think this is also... Sorry, Aki. Yeah? I think this is also a reason why there's a lot of body denying going on sometimes. This is majorly why.
Yeah, sometimes you literally have to, or else they're going to just revolve that door on you. Just keep the numbers coming. You kill 2, they just run back and start growing again, and their buddies are back up to full because they killed your friend and they're eating its body. You know what I mean? It's just hard. For dinos that can't escape, very difficult.
That is true. Aki, what do you think?
I would definitely, it goes on the top S tier because especially on Ceratos, it's just unplayable. When you have 4 Ceratos and they have Gastro, which they always do, and you kill one of them, not to mention they get body buff, they also get like a healing beacon right there with the defensive stats. It's ridiculously broken on Ceratos. But I don't know. It's definitely a mutation I always pick, but on Cerato, God tier even, I would say. And then on the rest, I would say it's a S tier. If there was a separate way to put it on Cerato, I would put it as a God tier.
Just make a whole category. Cerato tier. Alright, now, Heighened Ghrelin. I hope I'm spelling this right, but this one actually is quite underrated, but it's not too underrated. I think this goes like to the bottom of C tier, because what this basically does is it increases your like overeating amount by like, I think it like makes it up 150. No, it's already 150 if I remember correctly. It like makes it 175 or something like that. It's not too big, but it's enough to make a difference for gastronomic regeneration. So basically what you can do with this is, for example, Carno, it vomits, right? It can keep eating for a little bit more before it vomits, and that actually might give you enough health to like save your life in some situations. What do you think, Aki?
I would put it on D tier.
Fair enough. I understand where you're coming from.
Overeating is cool. Again, it's very niche and useful in certain ways, but it's just, I guess, like there are certain scenarios, but overeating is just not something I would ever risk, even if I had the option.
Yeah, but okay, but think about it like, right? This could be a little better version of efficient digestion, because that strategy where you can like grab stuff and eat and not vomit because it stops you, because you're like swallowing it. So you can have this and eat until you're completely full, and this would give you more hunger actually than efficient digestion, and it's like over your bar, and it counts into gastro regen, where in efficient digestion it only makes your hunger drain slower, which is actually worse for gastro. So this is like efficient digestion, but a little difficult to use, but it's like more friendly to gastro, which is I think why I put it in low C tier.
Would keep it there still, because it just reminds me like a more fancier version of Gastrolit. That's what it's giving me. Yeah, it just
what do you think of this, Pete?
Fancy version.
You're not convinced of C tier?
Nope.
Alright, just for you guys, but this is going to the top of D tier, alright? This is going to the top of D tier. Alright, now, Hematophagy. Yeah, there we go. Hematophagy. This is basically, this actually has a twin, Xerocile or whatever, right? This one's basically when you eat corpses, you get water. And I think this is worse than Xerocile, the herbivore version, because you have to kill to get this. But for plants, you can like sniff them out, right? It's easier to find them. So I think this goes to the top of C tier. I think this is better than Accelerated Prey Drv, because some water is better than no water, because sometimes you get water denied. So what do you guys think of this?
No, I don't know if I'm fully convinced on that one either. That might be a D for me.
We can't put everything in D tier, man.
We sure can. There's so many bad mutations in this game, bro.
I already see 3 mutations that I would put in F tier as well.
We might need that F. There's so many bad ones, dude.
Yeah, true.
So many bad ones.
Okay.
That's D for me, bro. I'm gonna be honest, because
alright.
when you compare it to other mutations in the game, specifically reabsorb.
True, that is true.
I've tried this perk on Maya. It is or the herbivore version, I guess. Yeah, horrible.
Horrible.
Like,
okay.
Reabsorb is just insane, dude.
Yeah, I think it would be much better if the value was tweaked. Like instead of 15, it was like 25, 30 maybe.
It should be higher, yeah.
Yeah, because like 15 is one full stomach and just like a little bit of water. I don't know.
Yeah.
It should be more for the more value. So I get it. I get where you're coming from, Pete. Aki, what do you think?
Okay, for your sake, I would also argue it would be on C tier, at the lower tier of the C, but just because of the current state of the game, with dinos being pretty much extinct and there being so many places you can drink for free, I don't think water is #1 issue. Not to mention, like P said, the reabsorb. Nowadays, there's so much rain for some reason. It rains so regularly.
Yeah, that's true.
I once played a trike with Reabsorb, and I didn't want to drink till 70% even once with Reabsorb.
Oh my god.
It's genuinely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Reabsorb.
Yeah, it could be definitely useful for larger, like dinos if you start like water denying. I think it could be a little bit of a lifesaver, but
yeah, just a little bit. For that tiny hope, I'm putting it in low C tier.
Yeah, but that still would be like a little bit of copium.
Yeah.
Second gen perk.
Yeah.
Second gen luxury.
Oh yeah, luxury. This is a luxury mutation. All right, on to the next, Hemomania. Now this one is actually very popular, very nice. I think this goes, I don't know if I put it like above epidermal or below it, since it's like generally the same. I think below it because epidermal basically is like, just compare the values. This is 15, this is 5%. So I think Hemomania is worse than epidermal. This one's basically like more damage on bleeding targets. So yeah, what do you think, Aki?
Honestly, I would put it on a higher A tier. I wouldn't even put it on S tier. The
True,
damage
some things
is
don't bleed as well.
good, but the damage is good. The damage is definitely good, but the 5% is so little. It does stack up, but there are so many better mutations you can choose that at some point recently I haven't even taken it once. There's like congen, photo, nocturnal, epidermal, gastro.
One thing I wonder, by the way, sorry to cut you off. One thing I wonder, by the way, is I wonder if this applies on your first bite, because first bite is the bite you apply bleed with. So I don't think it applies to first bite either.
So I think it's definitely good, but I don't think it's S tier. But that's my opinion. Second gen definitely must pick, but
yeah. Rarely I go for this mutation actually, but it's not too often. I usually go for photo, like gastro and nocturnal and stuff like that. The meta stuff.
Right.
What do you think, P?
I think it's good. Actually, yeah, A tier is a good rank for me. I picked this one semi-often on Dino, just because honestly, I think that 5% in a Dino fight would put you one bite over. I'm not exactly sure on the math, but you do have to land a lot of bites in a Dino fight.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
So I think that's going to put you over if your opponent doesn't have it by 1.
Yep, I think this is a really good spot for.
Yeah, because like extra 5%, like let's say on Omni, that's 65 damage, and 5% on top is like puny.
It just becomes like 67, 2 more damage or something like that. All right, now on to the next one, guys. Hydro Regenerative. This is basically cellular, but slightly better at the cost of it having to rain. It's instead of 15%, it's 25% if I remember correctly, and it has to be raining. So it's like reabsorption in a way. So is this better than cellular or worse than cellular? I think it could be better, but it's up to you guys. What do you think? I need your opinions in here. I forgot.
I think honestly it's pretty good, but I would rate it high B because I would rather go cellular personally.
True, that is true.
I think it could be argued for A though, because like you guys said, there's a lot of storms going on right now.
Yeah.
But that is where I would put it personally. I think it's decent.
Yep.
I would put it on B as well, but not in front of efficient digestion.
Oh.
The rain is definitely good, and it is incredible. Like, if somebody has the dedication and puts cellular regeneration, that mutation, with efficient digestion or reabsorb on a trike, actually, I think you overheal the Omni's damage entirely with this. With this combo. I generally, if I'm not, I might be wrong, but I think you do overheal their damage entirely. so it is very good mutation, but I wouldn't put it above efficient.
On to the next is Hydrodynamic. Now this perk, see, I don't use this perk a lot, but there's some dinos that, you know, often when you're chasing, they just swim across, right? They get away from you. And it gets really annoying, and especially when they have this, they like make a huge gap on you. A Serato swimming with this, or like a Tenno, is actually insane. So, I think I'm gonna put it high B tier, but I can influence this depending on your choices or your opinions. What do you guys think? What do you think?
I think that's a good spot for it, actually. Also, Jesus wants to know your location. Talking about hydrodynamic, bro.
I was thinking about Jesus as well.
I was too, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro's like, S! Put in S!
Fully aquatic.
Fully aquatic, bro. Jesus the goat, man. Hell yeah.
Shout out to him.
But no, I think it's a very good perk. I actually do. I think it is a luxury perk for sure. But and I think this perk would actually be a lot stronger if Delta was a hotspot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'd be so nice to just be cooking in the water while stuff's trying to run away from you, or you're trying to escape and you're just, oof.
Yep.
That would
yep.
be nice to have, but Delta's pretty much dead for the most part. Just
Only-
herbivores AFK growing.
Yep, and the only other thing is when the unofficial servers have humans, I always see humans there. Friggin' swamp humans, man. What do you think, Aki?
But it's basically a must pick on Dino, though, actually.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a must pick on
Oh
Dino.
yeah.
I think right now I would put it still behind efficient digestion because this is kind of like a mutation that only dinos need. But I say for now, because there are gonna be a lot more semi-aquatic joining into this roster, like berry, spinal, and so on, like Parasaurus. And I think these guys can use this mutation a lot.
P, what do you think? Behind or above?
I think I'm going with Aki again. I think efficient digestion
Alright,
is
alright.
better.
Do you think it goes below
Efficient
hydro
digestion is good, man.
Do you think hydro regenerative?
I think it's better than hydro.
I think it is.
I think
too.
it's
Yeah,
way
I
better,
think-
honestly.
It's definitely way better. Alright, on to the next. Hypermetabolic ignition tank. Alright, I think this mutation is crazy. Is it better than Hemomania? Maybe, because Ceratos, for example, can vomit, but just Ceratos, but they can vomit, which will just give them like a small boost. I think it gives them more of a boost than Hemomania, but they can actually take a lot of value from this perk. But other than that, a starving Rex will do immense stuff with this thing. I think it goes like either above or below Hemomania. But what do you think, Aki?
I would actually put it on a low S or high A on the hyperbolic
Yeah,
whatever it's called. The perk is like, I would say very underrated. Honestly, my number one must pick when I get the second gen on the second mutation. Like you mentioned, for example, even for Cerado, it gives you like extra 25 damage, which multiplies a lot higher when you do the charge, which does almost, I think, as much damage as a Dibbles based bite force, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think it does more actually, because Dibble's base bite force, if I remember correctly, is like 375.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, because the charge bite is 345, so I think it goes over it.
Oh damn, I didn't know it was that high. I thought it was like 200 something.
No, it actually is 345.
Yeah, then it's even more better. But as you mentioned, for example, on Rex, that damage multiplier is gonna be incredibly high, considering you do a crush attack.
Oh yeah.
Additional 100 or something amount of damage, and then it multiplies towards the crush attack. I think you could actually pull out, if Rex has a full damage mutation with that and is starving, it could maybe even one-shot a Dibble
Oh, maybe.
immediately. It
Yeah,
could
true.
do like 3k, I believe.
True. P, what do you think of this?
Yeah, I think low S is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very strong as well, especially on Cerado, like you guys said.
Oh, yeah.
Very good mutation.
Yep, and it also really helps when you're like trying to do a 1v1 of your own kind, like Cerado fighting Cerado, for example. You can vomit and they're gonna be like, look at this guy, look at this fool, he's vomiting, he's gonna kill himself. Nope, he's gonna kill you. He's trying to get damage advantage. You need to run the other direction now. Alright.
Yeah,
Power
bro starts
though.
puking on purpose, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, on to the next one. Guys, I would love to rate this perk C tier or something. It just doesn't do well. I tried this and it says like it increases the footstep range by 50%, but it's actually not. It's like 10%. I'm not even lying. I don't know where to put this. I think it's so much. I think it's like maybe it's better than Enhanced Digestion. It's not better than Augmented Tapetum. I don't think. What do you guys think?
Hypervigilance isn't that mutation that gives you extra angle, not the footstep?
No, it's both. It gives you both footstep range and angle.
Oh.
But none of them
Okay.
is like 50% or more. I don't think that the angle is 50% or more at least.
It is both, yeah.
Okay. No, I still would put it at the lowest of the D tier, honestly, personally.
Yeah, I don't think this thing is worse than Advanced Gestation, but maybe
No,
below
because
Enhanced, yeah.
I would say that advanced gestation is still useful if you want to just like mass repopulate that server with specific species by yourself. Single-handedly.
Omnis and Trudons could actually,
Yeah.
kind of reinforce with that low key, now that I think about it.
But
true.
the reason I would put it like so low is because there are actually so many ways right now with the glitches you can unlock the camera angle. You don't need
Oh, yeah.
this mutation.
Like when you're grazing, for example, you can just straight up like move backward and your camera's just gonna stay like that and you can
Yeah.
move around freely as you move.
Yeah, there are so many ways you can unlock that camera thingy that I think it's just completely useless.
Yeah. P, what do you think? Same?
Yeah, I think this game has pretty good footstep audio for the most part, so you'll usually be able to hear him coming, or it'll be too loud, you won't hear him coming, and this perk's not going to change the outcome of that.
That is true. So once we're done with this, on to the next one. Increase respiratory capacity. Now, this one's actually really situational. I don't... See, it helps you with dinos grabbing you, or like when you're running out of stamina when you're swimming, but that's so situational. Like D tier? I think this goes like middle of D tier. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, not very good. Middle low D tier. I think that's a good spot for it. Maybe maybe above advanced gestation, below enhanced digestion.
Yeah, somewhere here. That seems right for it. It is really good for like Dino and Beppy or something, but that's, again, situational, very.
I have wanted this a lot on Dino, but it is just hard to slot. It's got to be a second gen mutation, I think.
Yeah, it's got to be a luxury again. I really like this mutation on Beppy, but I can never get myself to have it because there's just so many better options. What do you think, Beppy?
I would put it even at low C. I still think it's better than Featherweight or other the night vision perks there are.
Okay,
because
I see.
On Dino, that extra 1 minute and 30 seconds is pretty good, but also because, like I mentioned, there are gonna be more semi-aquatic joining, so I think it could be nice. And then 1 extra minute could make a difference because player like me, sometimes I sit there for 10 minutes and I'm like, why is there not Dino? And if it doesn't emerge, I might actually take a sip and he might have this and get me. But like you said, it's very situational.
Count. Yeah, you could like be counted.
If we're giving Dino that much weight, I think it's still only upper D, because it is in no exaggeration, completely worthless on every land dino.
That is true.
Zero value to anything that walks on land.
Like, if only
it is actually quite. I have genuinely, if I had this on some hunts with Dino, I would have got something, and I didn't because I ran out of oxygen. Like genuinely, so
I just think
that's
it's
my
better.
opinion,
That's why.
Yeah. Every dino.
I think you're right about that.
I think every
Those
dino
are
needs
bad.
its own like mutation tier list of some sort.
Yeah, Dino's making this list kind of hard. Dino's so different.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Oh, well.
This thing doesn't work, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. I tested it, it just doesn't work. This thing, if it worked, it was supposed to make your chat calls 50% quieter, which doesn't work.
Useless.
So, yeah, either way, even if it did work, it's like, what are you gonna do whispering to your teammates when you can be talking on Discord?
Exactly. Useless, actual mutation.
Yeah. In some cases, actually, it might be even worse because you're trying to like find your teammate without being too loud, and then this mutation like makes it more difficult.
Actually, yeah, that's it. You might be cooked with that. You cannot F call, so because they cannot hear you, so you got a 1 call or 2 call.
No.
That's crazy.
P, what do you think?
It's bad.
It's bad. Yep.
That's bad. It's down there.
That's all there is need to be said about this thing. Don't pick this. All right, Nocturnal. I think this perk is actually quite underrated because nighttime doesn't last as long as daytime in this game, and a lot of people usually actually go for something else, like photosynthetic, gastro, and then they go for like congenital or hemomania. So I think this perk is actually really good, but it's like over here because daytime is just much more valuable. You get, I feel like I get chased more at daytime than I do at nighttime. No offense to Dilos. What do you?
I might be strongly biased, but I would put it above Gastro.
Oh.
I personally think Nocturnal and Photo are the best mutation in the game. It's
you're right.
any dino,
I would put
any
Photo over there, but Nocturnal, I think it goes right here.
that's why I said it's like very biased from me because I am a Trudon and Dilo main, and I love hunting things at night. But the only reason is, for example, when you're fighting at night, and let's say like it goes the same thing with the daytime. But if there is a canny or something else, anybody who has Nocturnal is gonna outrun you and kill you, including Dilos.
True. And
Dilos gets such a big buff.
Yep, and I also think that this is more useful than photosynthetic when it becomes night, because I think there's less chance of people having nocturnal than there's like chance of people having photosynthetic tissue. Like me personally, I usually like go for photosynthetic way more than I go for nocturnal.
But actually, yeah, I would put it below Gastro. It is like kind
I think
of
over here is
50-50.
perfect after epidermal, right here. I mean above epidermal. I think this is much better than epidermal. What do you think, P?
I think you could definitely argue that. I think photosynthetic is a lot better, obviously, but yeah, my only issue with nocturnal is a lot of people will just hide in a bush at night or log
That's
out.
true.
Yeah.
And
true.
you know what I mean? That
people
that
do
makes your
lie.
hunt from potential to literally zero. You know what I mean?
True.
So just because of player behavior, in my opinion, that perk is knocked down a peg.
Over here.
Yeah, like there, personally. Because that's what I do, bro. I'm not trying to get run down by nocturnal ass dialos, man.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, for example, if you have horrible night vision as like a Carno or like a Stego, I don't think you're gonna want to survive that night. I would just log out until it's day. So
It's
the
not
value
the
of this perk drops a little bit. Oh, not like that.
yeah, it's not the cool thing to do, but it's technically the smart thing to do. It's like some rat shit, but
Yeah.
you do what you gotta do sometimes. If you hear some dialos chirping, hide in that bush, man.
Yeah.
Don't let them see you.
Exactly.
I could agree with that, but I would still put it better than a hyperbolic inanition or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I would
agree
put
with
it
that.
higher because if
Yeah, I
I
agree
go
with that.
second gen, I think everyone goes nocturnal. I don't think there is someone who goes second gen and skips it. Rarely.
True.
I would say.
I'll
But-
put it up under epidermal though. I think this is
Yeah, no.
perfect.
If you have good night vision, you pick it for sure.
Yeah.
If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, but
I'll agree with that.
definitely under epidermal and gastro because nocturnal is just at night, but the epidermal and gastro works 24/7 and whenever you need it. It's just always there for you.
All right.
Well said.
Yep. On to the next one. Osteophagic. Osteophagic? I don't know how to listen, man. All right, this is the one where you eat bones until you get rid of your bone sickness or whatever the hell it gave you, and then it basically makes it so that you can eat bones, and it actually heals your fractures. Apparently, it's never used, and I think just having to eat bones and vomiting is just. I think it goes like maybe over here.
I would put it lower.
Yeah, they're like over here. P, what do you have to say for this?
Honestly, I'm just gonna agree with you guys because I've never even attempted to use this perk.
Yeah.
Like it's just a horrid version of the stamina one for fall damage. You know what I mean? It's like oh,
I would honestly
bad.
argue that the last mutation there is much more useful than this one. Because you eat, vomit, and you have to keep repeating it. It's like worse. It's difficult to get cannibalistic at this point. But not to mention that, but bone break is now extremely so rare. Like it's like either you get bone break from Packy or you just bone break. I actually with the fall damage, the buff, making it better. I actually never had a bone break recently, so I think it's only useful against Packy. But it's such. I would at that point take the resistant win, the bone break for fracture resistant. But this is just bad.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it if it's literally you're running like a canny Packy group, but otherwise, that ain't it.
If you're just specifically hunting Packies, I don't think this is useful at all.
Packy only diet.
Yeah.
You can use it.
It's like I wish they added a side effect with this that adds Patchy to your diet. Tenno
That
with
would be
Patchy
actually-
in its diet. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Nothing. It's right there.
Oh, I put it there. I lost it. My bad. All right, on to the next one. Osteosclerosis. I think I read that right. Now this perk, this mutation actually looks really bad. This is the one where you resist and heal fractures faster. Now, it is again very situational, but I think this goes like bottom C tier because if you're a Dilo, for example, this makes patchies when they're really quickly right-click tapping have to do it twice instead of once. So I think that's kind of nice, but that's, again, only for Dilos. But then again, I think of it like, if you take fall damage, you heal it faster. So it's like slightly worse version of Enlarged Meniscus. But yeah, what do you think?
Wait, I think I actually got the last one wrong. I thought this one was the last one. What the hell is that one? Yeah, it's not very good.
Yeah,
bone break and bone fracture is just...
Yeah.
It's not that good. It's a very situational, but I still think it's... I rarely see Packies nowadays. And B, except Omnis, there is not really a dinosaur that does lose to a Packy in the first place. Even as a Dilo, I do wipe with them most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, on to the next one. Photosynthetic Regeneration, another really underrated perk. This one is where When it's day, you just regenerate stamina 15% faster if I get that value right. I think this one's actually quite underrated. Maybe it's like a bottom of B tier, or maybe like top of B tier. Like here, maybe over here. What do you think, P?
Yeah, I think it's actually quite a good perk as well. Yeah, I think middle of B tier is pretty good.
Yep.
It's nice to have.
Yep. Like some servers, for example, when they banned Gastro and Tactile, this is the one where you pick Photosynthetic Regeneration. It's like your next choice. Aki, what do you think?
I would actually agree with the placement perfectly as
Right.
well. It's like a mutation that you will go if you don't have Tactile. It's like a Tactile counterpart, but even with a Tactile, it's pretty good mutation. I have taken
with
a few
Tactile,
times.
because this is not second only. Damn, yeah, that's true. You could take this
Like-
as like third or something.
Yeah, I once took it on Tenno, and you are like quite like unescapable Tenno in daytime.
yeah.
Nothing can escape you.
Alright, on to the next one. I don't think we have to talk about this at all. Free speed at daytime, and you spend most of your life in daytime in this game. So I think Photosynthetic Tissue is just the best of the best. I think it's just like, you have to pick this every time. Never have I had any run that I don't pick this, unless the server doesn't allow it. What do you think, Aki?
Yeah, I cannot disagree. Photo is the best.
Photo
It's
is
like
literally, yeah.
It's like if the server has a photo allowed, then
Mhm.
it's like a #1 mutation you cannot skip.
Yep.
Because the moment you don't take it, every other player that has that is gonna beat you. And
Yep.
even it's like you're playing Dialo and Omni takes it and you don't take it on Dialo, then the Omni suddenly becomes faster than you.
Yeah.
So it's like almost a must, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yep. What do you think about this, P?
Personally, I think Gastro is the best in the game just because of how it just irks me how strong it is, man. I think it's just Gastro is just crazy to me. Photo in a vacuum, I can see why most people think it's the best in the game, but I'm telling you, man, Gastro, like fundamentally, it should not be here in this game. A speed boost mutation, that makes a lot of sense with a dinosaur. Healing when you're eating, crazy like that? I don't know, dude. I guess that makes sense, kind of, but I just don't see why it's so strong.
Because you can
Personally,
just
man.
keep taking turns, you're right. Man, you must be really traumatized by this perk. By this
I use
mutation.
it all the time. I hate using it. I go out of my way not
Yeah,
to pick it, just
it's a
so
must.
I don't have to use it every time. Photosynthetic
I think still
is that same way, but I think it's the lesser of the two evils for sure.
It's definitely more healthy and like less evil, but
I think it's healthier. I think that's a good way to put it. It's
Yeah.
healthier, in my opinion.
I
Yeah.
would put photo a lot higher as well. Only reason it's because it's can be used on herbivore and carnivore. There is no limitation on that.
Oh no, you can use Gastro on herbivore as well. It's just not as good.
Oh right.
Yeah,
I
you can
thought-
A lot
still
of people
pick
actually say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
on
I
herbivore.
completely forgot about.
Yeah,
But
you can
then-
actually have this on herbivore as well.
Then my second argument is like that Gastro is only useful when you actually have like an empty stomach. That's the only thing. But
Or
photo,
yeah,
I guess
you know.
yeah, empty enough. But photo, you have it always. It's not something you have to worry about. And secondly, I guess my last argument would be like if you're fast enough, you don't have to worry about them catching up to you. That would be my other argument.
Yeah, like for Hipsy,
Because-
for example, becomes faster than Sarah if Sarah doesn't have
Yeah.
photosynthetic and Hipsy does, which is
Or,
huge.
like-
Hipsy's slower than
Yeah.
everything normally, but since it got climb, so it's nice.
But I think that's why the speed is better because eventually, if you're just faster, you just don't need to fight them or at all. You can just completely avoid as long as you're fast. But that's
True.
why I think photo is slightly better. But
All right.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I just am a Gastro hater, man. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't think
I
it's
get you.
balanced at all.
On to a favorite of the favorite, reabsorption. With this perk, this mutation is like, it's the first thing that comes to mind when you say survival perk. And I see a lot of people really like bring so much love to this perk. I don't think it's like S tier. Maybe it's like actually better than hypermetabolic. Maybe it's better than nocturnal. That's very arguable. I think it's the top of A tier, but I will take your opinions. What do you think, P?
I think this perk is right below. It's right in nocturnal region, I think.
Yeah, like around here, like right below nocturnal, maybe like around here somewhere.
Yeah, either right above it or right below it. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, so
But reabsorb is really strong.
I think
Really
it's
strong.
above it, but depending on Aki's argument, I might move it from here.
I would actually put it below it.
Oh,
But I completely agree, guys, with you guys that it's somewhere between nocturnal. I would put it still under the Nocturnal because Reabsorb feels like it's like definitely S tier, but it's like something like a quality of change of life rather than like a survival must need.
It's the best luxury perk in the game.
Yeah, it's a luxury than survival. I can live without Reabsorb. But certain dinosaur, I just know I want the Nocturnal, or I know that I need it. That's what I would say.
True. It's and also really good for Dino and Beppy traveling. Yeah, what were you saying?
It's good on every dinosaur. It's better than hypermetabolic, definitely. But now water being so easy to get in so many places, it's not a must. But it's definitely my favorite to get as well. If I have a slot empty.
Yeah, I see. Maybe we put it like top A tier. What do you guys think?
I think it's still better than
S tier.
Hypermetabolic. I think it's still better than hypermetabolic.
Yeah, just they did increase. It has raining. It has been raining a lot. It's just like if it was before, where it's just like raining is completely random. I think this mutation wouldn't have been this good because back then I do remember before reabsorption got nerfed. It was raining completely randomly. They also nerfed the values at some point, but before that, it was raining completely randomly and actually had a time where it did not rain for the whole day. I was playing the game for the whole day and it did not rain once, and I was so pissed because I had reabsorption and never got value. But yeah, that was before. Yeah. Right now, I think this perk is really good, this mutation.
Yeah, like back then, it barely rained. That is true. Like I thought this mutation was so bad until they made the rain adjustment.
Yeah. Alright, on to the next. Reniculate Kidneys. I hope I spelled that right. Now this mutation, I actually had a few of my friends really like this mutation. It's difficult to get because you have to vomit a lot and stuff. It has a chance that you might like not vomit, but it lets you drink salt water, which is like you just escape from all the dangers. Go drink at salt water. So I don't think this is like this high, but I think it's like maybe solid around B tier. Maybe it's like over here, right over here, maybe worse than this actually. Yeah, better than hydroregenerative. Pete, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god!
I think it's better than hydrodynamic.
Oh, okay.
I think this perk's kind of cracked, honestly.
Yeah, once you get it, it's like really good. And as I said, remember, we don't care about how it's gotten, we care about the value. That's why Cannibalistic is this high. I think I would put it like low, high D tier if we counted how hard it is to get it.
I put kidneys on
low A? Okay. That makes sense, actually.
Honestly. Because herbivores, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dino. Oh, you can literally just ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, saltwater Dino.
Like, I don't have to bother with anything. Yeah. I'm just going to go over here now. I've done some saltwater Maya builds where I literally just drink from the lagoon in South Plains my whole run. So nice. I never have to be worried about, is there a Dino here? Is somebody going to jump me? No. Yeah. Saltwater.
Yep. It makes for a very chill life. Also, this icon is off-centered. I am very...
But yeah, I would put it there as well, exactly where you guys put it.
Yeah,
even though I'm like a very combat-centered player, I know a lot of people that don't want to fight and just want to enjoy the game and scenery. I know a lot of people take that mutation just so they can avoid it and live at the beach. I've seen that multiple times happening. Where there were like a bunch of Dibble families living at the beachside just drinking salt water.
Alright, now on to the next one. Social behavior. Now, this actually got changed, I think recently, because I don't know when exactly it got changed, but I've seen 20-something Tennos. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I think I am. Like 15 Tennos or something like that. Hanging out together, and they all see each other's name, and it looks crazy. I think this perk, it's only for herbivores, but I think it is really good. I think it's like over here. Maybe here, but I think it's over here. But what do you think, Aki?
It's also on omnivores.
Oh, omnivores. What else do you think?
I mean, 15 Tennos, that's crazy, because the pack limit is 8. It's like almost double.
Yeah. What it does, by the way, when you look at its description, it adds 1.5 times the group limit.
1.5.
Yeah.
That would be 12. Oof.
Yeah.
That's a lot of group, but I'm gonna be very biased about it. But I think that's such a disgusting mutation if that's the case. That's a disgusting mutation. If I'm gonna have to fight how many Dibbles again? 9 Dibbles at the same time because one guy has this mutation? That's gonna be crazy.
No. But think about it like this, right? People can just do it without names. They can overpack, but this just like quote-unquote un-overpacks it because you guys can see each other. So I think that's why I put it like low A, because you can still not have it, but it's really beneficial to have it.
I guess my argument on this would be why it's not that good. Why I would probably put it even on the D tier is because if you play on unofficial, if you play on official, you don't have to worry about it. You can just mega pack as much as you want. You don't need to see the names. You can just have same skins or something. But you don't need it. But if you play on unofficial, then there's gonna be always pack limit. You will not be able to use this as well either way.
True.
So that's my only argument why I would put it on D. But if this would, for example, on official allow you to do 9 dibbles, I think that's such a disgustingly strong mutation just because it would allow you to. But I don't know. I personally would put it on D.
Think about it like this. I have one little argument. When you're meeting randoms in the game, they will most likely part away from you or lose you if they're not in a Discord call. So I think this should go like low B. Because it does help you get a lot more members that are like RNG, random people. And you can grow more children in the group or something like that, you know? It just helps you locate each other much better. So I think this is like low B, but what do you think, P?
I think D.
Bottom of C? Alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, because you can do this anyway with even different species easily.
True.
Unless you're not paying attention whatsoever, you shouldn't be losing each other constantly. I'm not gonna lie, like
that's right.
Yeah, I don't have issues losing people.
Yeah, but I did play like a group of big dibbles. I don't know if you guys watched it. I had like 15 dibbles, but we didn't lose each other. It's not that difficult.
But you were streaming, to be fair.
I agree with that. I think
RNG.
low C. I was kind of being generous, to be honest. Kind of agree, Aki. I was being a little because I'm trying to hear DP out, but yeah, I don't think it's useful.
I'll hear out. We can rethink this at the end. All right. On to the next. This I don't give a fuck. It doesn't work, man. I tried it. It's submerged optical retention, 5% more vision underwater, and I compared it. It doesn't even do anything. It doesn't even do anything. With Beppy Dino night vision, Beppy night vision, it's unrecognizable. It just doesn't work at all. It doesn't do anything.
Human eye cannot comprehend that 5% difference.
Yeah, it's like it don't work. It has no purpose.
Yeah, how'd they calculate 5%? Where'd they get that number from?
Yeah, like what?
5% opacity. To be honest, I would also, even if it worked, I would put it F tier or something simply because everybody who played Dino and knows how to play Dino, we use that little glitch to see underwater. We don't really look underwater. We don't rely on that in the first place. So I don't think it's useful.
Dude, I think at the end we might have to add an F tier and separate some of these D tiers from each other. All right.
I think Aki was probably right. The F tier would have been.
There's
a lot of shitters, man.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one. Sustained hydration. I think this perk is actually better than the one that gives you water, because this is 20% and it's like anytime you drink instead of you have to eat something. So I think it could be like worse than Cannibalistic, but better than. What do you guys think?
I would actually put it above hydrodynamic on B tier.
Oh, above hydrodynamic? I'd put it below.
Above. I would put it, but listen me out. That's my opinion, but I would put it above hydrodynamic because it is actually a mutation I do take some time here and there, and it's quite very useful. Like I say, when I play like really big Apex tier.
I think it's better than efficient digestion. I'm not even gonna lie.
That is, I could argue with that as well because water and reabsorption is the #1 thing when you're playing like a herbivore, really big one. Water is something you just cannot fight, but food you can always graze, and you're kind of safe.
But that's as an herbivore. So as like a carnivore, if you get water denied or like...
Yeah.
I think it's actually getting water denied, I think is better than getting body denied. So I think, this is a good place for it.
I think it's quite underrated. It is very good and it makes like killing trikes or other things very challenging. Like, almost impossible sometimes. And I think it's just better than the hydrodynamic. That would be also my argument. And Jesus is gonna get me.
He's gonna get you. Alright, Pete, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I've picked this one once or twice on Maya, and it was, at least to me, it was like completely unnoticeable.
Alright. I think it should go below hydrodynamic. What do you think, P?
I think it definitely should.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hydrodynamic's actually good. Is it worse than photosynthetic regeneration and hydro?
Oh,
that's a question.
That is, oh yeah, that's a good take.
It's 2 on 1, so you guys can actually choose it. I think it belongs on B tier, but I wouldn't even mind if you guys chose high C tier on this one as well.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling high C.
Yeah.
But it's up to you guys. That's just what I think.
I think I'm gonna place it in low B.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think over here is nice.
It's not that easy to place these. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Alright, on to the next one. I personally think Tactile Endurance is right over here. Because, simply, carnivores cannot take this. And, you know, actually it might be better, but it's very arguable because herbivores can take this as well, which makes this a better perk. But then again, herbivores will take Tactile over Gastro because they would take Stamina Regeneration over Health Regeneration. And Stamina Regeneration, it's whenever you get hit compared to whenever you have to eat. But then again, you can take turns. But then again, when you're running away, this is actually very useful. Patchy gets more than half its health for like 2 Cerabytes. So I'm very unsure. I'm gonna have to like depend on you both opinions on this. P, go ahead. What do you think?
I think there's no universe that Tactile is better than Gastro.
All right.
I don't think there's one timeline. Not even in the Avengers MCU. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Here's the thing, man. All the carnivore players, oh my god, no way. He got away. I bit him like 9,000 times. What the fuck? It's like, bro, to have to get like good returns on Tactile Endurance, you have to be so injured. That's what people don't think about. Is like, oh yeah, you're getting stamina back for getting hit. But you're getting hit. You have to get hit a lot. Like,
it's true as well.
For me to get a decent chunk of my stamina back on Maya from getting hit, I'll be at like orange health. I'm almost dead. My bleed is screwed.
True.
I'm hurt bad, and I'm getting not a ton of stamina back, to be honest. So it's a must pick, but bro, it's not stronger than Gastro. It's just not.
My one argument is I found when I was trying this out that it turns like percentage of health damage you take into stamina, which makes it so that if you're, for example, gonna die in a fight, if you're gonna just get killed, if you're just taking damage and you're gonna get killed, this makes it so that you have double the amount of stamina instead of having 1. So you have double the amount of chances for like death. Until you die, you have
Gastro's unlimited. You only have your health pool to play with Tactile.
Yeah, but
Gastro
but
is
again,
infinite.
But then again, if you don't let them eat, if you like go for the corpses and stuff, Gastro becomes useless. But Tactile, you will get hit. You need to die.
Yeah, but honestly, try to play Maya or Stego or Trike without it. It's completely unplayable with the stamina economy.
But if it's unplayable, doesn't it make it better? Because
No.
if you can't do it without it, that means it's powerful enough to make some things unplayable without it.
Everything's almost unplayable without Gastro. I don't think that's...
No, but Trudon,
I don't agree with that.
But like Trudon or stuff like Omni.
Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase. I actually don't mean that. I said that wrong.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing, man. So many things can benefit from Gastro at once. An entire colony of carnivores can benefit from Gastro. You're only benefiting from Tactile when you're on the back foot. Gastro, you benefit from it when you're on the back foot and have the advantage. So you press the advantage further. Where Tactile, all it does is give you a chance to protect yourself or escape. The offensive potential of Gastro is nearly limitless.
Yeah, basically, so if you get overwhelmed by like you get outpopulated, is that a word? If you get a lot of people attacking you, Gastro suddenly becomes so much better than Tactile because they can have like half of their army go ahead and eat food and regenerate health. In the meantime, the other half keeps you busy, and then they come back and then they switch places, which I think is the only reason what makes this perk incredibly strong with this mutation.
Imagine if you kept having to fight revolving doors without Tactile, so you just keep getting hit.
Yeah, this is
and you
really...
can't escape or do anything about it because Gastro keeps allowing them to come back even when they're getting hit. It's just Tactile is a must pick, but it is worse than Gastro.
All right, that's agreeable. That's agreeable. What do you think? I'm gonna get both of your opinions on this. I'm very unsure. If I could place them both in the same place, I would. What do you think, Aki?
I think we already know where I would put it because I'm a carnivore player.
Yeah, true. You are a little more biased.
I play both, by the way. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a herbivore player. I play more carnivore than herbivore. I literally watch my streams. More carnivore.
But for
you
me,
have to in the aisle. I'm gonna be honest. Herbivore.
let him
just carnivore. That's why I only play carnivore.
Yeah.
So, I have few arguments. One of them would be like, which was already mentioned. It's like herbivores cannot play, or it's unplayable to play certain herbivores without the tactile. But I can actually go without a gastro on a lot of dinosaurs, not just omnis or troodons. Even like on ceratos, I don't need it technically. It's
True,
strong,
you can sometimes go as
but-
like a full damage Cerato.
Yeah, but tactile, as mentioned, it's kind of must for certain. And I guess it's coming from me because I used to play when mutations weren't a thing before. So I'm very used to like playing carnivores already without gastronomic benefits in the first place.
True.
And-
It's like if it's a 1 versus 1, Tactile's better. If it's a group versus group, Gastro is better. I think that's how it is.
And the aisle is group v group. We're
Yeah,
not. This
mostly
ain't a
group
1v1 fighting game.
Yeah.
It's all group
mostly
v group.
regroup. So I think I'll keep it like this, because just for the fact that herbivores can also take this perk, by the way, Gastronomic Regeneration. So it just makes this perk generally better than Tactile because both parties can have this also. But then again, this would mean we're encouraging people to take Gastro over Tactile as an herbivore, because this is a tier list. Some people will go over here and look at this.
That's not true. That's
Some
not
people
true.
will skip to the end and be like, oh, Gastro's better than Tactile. I should pick Gastro.
That's on them. That's
Alright, so on to the next one. True Silency. I think this perk is underrated, but I think it's also really bad because you have to crash into objects. Well, most of the times when you want to get rid of pouncers, you want to crash into objects. And what this perk mutation does for you is you have to hold E and just pray. And this doubles your chance, by the way. So basically how it works is when your stamina is going down, every tick your stamina goes down, there's a 5% chance that you buck off an animal, and this makes it 10%. So it's actually a huge deal, but you don't use bucking as much in the first place. So I would place this in like the bottom of C tier. Maybe D tier actually. Maybe around here. But I will hear you guys out.
I would put it above social behavior. Only because I would say still it's very useless. But now with the new Omni change where you cannot knock them down over skinny trees, I think bucking is like kind of must now. But that's like we will have to see.
Yeah,
I still think it's.
Yeah, I hope that's a bug. That might be a bug actually.
I really hope it's a bug, man, because having to
It
rely on
doesn't feel
bucking
right.
and
Yeah.
standing still like that,
It's
it's just there's no counterplay. There's nothing.
think-
No,
You
not
cannot
that there's
back-
no counterplay. It just feels like it's not right. It feels like
Yeah.
when you're
No,
going
with the
through
tree
it-
gone, it might
Yeah.
like. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess there is. I don't know.
Yeah, there
You're
is
just
some
standing there trying to
counterplay.
book them off, and then
No,
the
no,
rest
no.
of them are circling you.
See, no, some counterplay I mentioned is like you can face them or like put your back against the wall or something like that. But that's
just saying
like,
if they're
that's what I
already
mean
on
by counterplay. But yeah, it does feel like there's something wrong with it. I don't feel like that's it's neutral. Like, you know how when something feels like it's a bug? That's how it feels.
That doesn't feel right.
If they had an
I mean,
animation where you're like, then struggle to hold on or something, I would understand it's not a bug, but I'm not sure.
I agree, even though I like it a lot, and I really love the fact that you cannot get knocked down, and P knows it. But I have to agree on P on this one because it just doesn't make sense. You ran full charge on the tree, and he's next to you, and he doesn't get knocked down. Doesn't
Yeah.
make really realistic sense to me.
Yeah.
But because for the sake of Omnis, maybe if they make it like you take damage when they do that, would be maybe nice. Not just for me to get instantly knocked down and stunned because I will die
sorry.
from that.
Yeah.
But that's
They
the
could make
only
like a
reason why I
smaller
love
buck
it.
off. Yeah, they could make
Yeah.
like a smaller buck off.
That's why I love it, but it doesn't make really sense to me as well. I love it, but it should knock down.
I think the stun when you get knocked off from a tree is a bit too
Yeah.
punishing.
Yeah, I think damage should be enough. You take damage and then you just fall off, but not.
I think
get
honestly,
stunned.
you just get knocked off and you just like have much reduced stun duration on the ground.
Yeah.
You just like get up really fast and get out of there. I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
because like
Or maybe it just
you
doesn't
might
stun
be
you,
able to
it's
get
just
hit
like-
in retaliation, but
Yeah.
I think a little stun is good. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest because if there's no stun, then getting Troodons off your back is gonna be kind of
Yeah.
annoying.
Oh yeah, true.
But not. I think the stun they have right now is a bit crazy.
Yeah, like the fact you cannot get knocked out is actually OP as hell. I agree with that. What do you think, P? Do you think it's good placement, or should we put it more below
I'm cool.
or higher?
I think honestly,
I also think
I
we're
don't
like
know.
underrating this a little bit. On to the next one. Traumatic thrombosis, my baby boy. I am gonna be very nice to this thing, and I will influence this a lot, okay? I am not putting it in D tier. Don't even think about it. Alright? Alright, maybe C tier if you guys hate it so much, but I think this should go bottom of B tier. Because you can take so much pressure off of yourself. Because think about it like this, right? You suddenly don't have to worry about your bleed at all until it hits 5% or 10%. You can just straight up run away, run somewhere. If you have your teammates, they protect you. You lay down, and now all you have to worry about is your health and how your teammate protects you. It's more like a really good on group. The thing is, because it's only second slot, I think it goes like C tier.
It's only second slot?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a big one. That's why I don't like it at all.
If it wasn't only second slot, man, I'm gonna put this in S tier.
I'll definitely put it a lot higher if it wasn't on the second slot.
Yeah.
But I have like few arguments against it, I guess. I know a lot of people like it and a lot of people use it. But my argument is like, why would you end up in the first place to be on the verge of bleeding out? That's, I guess, my first argument.
See,
I think if you're yeah.
My explanation to that is, Joe, you don't purposefully like wait until you're bleeding out. It just means that you don't have to worry about you bleeding as much, so you don't have to like go back out of the fight and rest so that you quickly get rid of your bleed. Instead, you fight until you're either really low health or really low bleed, and then you back out. And when you back out, you guarantee that you will not die from bleeding. So,
Cool.
yeah, because otherwise you have to really worry about like, oh, if I take one more hit, I'm gonna bleed out. You don't actually like know exactly, because when you're red health, but some creatures do a lot more bleed than others. And for example, Carno getting kicked by a Tenno, it will be a hard time knowing when you're gonna bleed out right away. And I think this mutation really goes well on Carno. 2 Tenno kicks when you're low bleed, you can run away with your charge full speed and then just rest in a bush and you will be saved. That's my explanation to.
And I guess my other argument would be like, and this is just my personal thing, is like, I think you guys already know it, but I never back down from a fight in the first place. I either kill him or die.
Never back down, never what?
It's either one of it. It's either I actually die or survive on red and rest, or I will just die there. So for me, this mutation is just never something I consider. I don't even consider the fact that I ever will get that low in the first place. So for me, this mutation was always like kind of a but that's just my opinion.
It's when because I back down from fights that I know that I can't win. So I think I really like the location for this perk. But P, what do you think about it?
Yeah. Honestly, I think that at least for me, I've been getting good at recognizing when it's time to get out, like very well. And a lot of times, I like kind of like Aki said, I'm either going to die or I'm going to kill the other person, or I'm already gone before things get that desperate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true.
I don't usually thrust myself in such situations where my bleed gets that dire.
Oh, true. Okay, well, you got that. I'm not gonna argue with that. That makes a lot of sense. I will put this below Cannibalistic because having an extra diet is always good. But I think this is better than yeah.
I think you have a good point, though. It's good in group, so you can have more uptime in a fight. I think that's actually pretty valid.
I think, to be honest, I would, even though I don't use it at all, I would put it even on the higher of the C. I think it's better than Cannibalistic and Accelerated Prey Drv. I personally think.
Oh yeah, because group
I can agree with that,
Yeah, like it is very useful. Just not my cup of tea, but I can recognize its potential.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Aki, when you're fighting, you could be the one that aggresses, and, for example, I'm fighting with you, right? I feel like, oh no, I'm gonna bleed out. I go ahead and hide, and you keep fighting. And then, once I'm healed, I come back into the fight. Like, and I can just guarantee, I can come back with like 1% bleed, by the way, just so that I can get like an extra bite.
I just imagine the scene, it's like, okay, Aki, I'm gonna go heal my bleed, and then I hear, oh no, Aki, he's dead!
No, nobody stand up! Gets pounced, forced to be stand up, just bleeds out, just disappears.
You just get back up and get bit on the tail by the Omni, and then you just bleed out.
Yeah, just like 0.1% bleed, and it's like, oh shit.
But yeah, like I can see it potential, definitely.
Dude, I think this is OP on Shrike, honestly, because of how much like health it has. With Omni, how much it can bleed trike, for example. If it bleeds it a lot, I think it can just just rest by Omni, and it would get
Yeah.
like a lot of health, not bleed back.
That's one argument I would make on this one. But right now, Trike's is a little bit buggy. But normally, if Omni pounces you, if you're sitting, it immediately forces you to stand. So
Oh,
if you would try to survive from that, it's just gonna insta-kill you. Because
Yeah,
he's
true.
gonna make you stand up.
True, that is true. I think the only good use this has is on Carno.
I see.
Because you can have such a burst of speed. I think Aloe and Rex, not Rex maybe, but
Even
Aloe.
Aloe.
Yeah, I think Aloe, because you have a burst of speed even on Aloe. I think Aloe's going to benefit from this a lot as well.
Unpopular opinion, if you lose as Aloe skill issue.
That is true. Perhaps.
But
we don't
we'll
know
see,
yet.
we'll see.
To be
Yeah, we'll see.
determined, but probably.
To be determined, but it's the biggest carnivore.
Nope.
I just said Aloe is the biggest carnivore.
On to the next one. Waiter. Now this one, I'm not much of a waiter myself, but I think if I would be waiting, I think it would be very, I'm putting it over here. I'm sorry, waiter.
Waiter. I hardly know her. That perk's ass.
I would actually put it like all the way even behind whatever we have.
Whatever we have.
Yeah, like all the way
it's
to the
real
right.
Oh, this-
ass.
What,
I
when's the
think our
situation
opinion on
you-
this is gonna change when really long animals come in, like Brachy or something like that, or fucking Rex, because Rex can walk through a whole delta. But yeah, right now it's absolute garbage. I
You
think.
mean like, oh, that's interesting.
We have very few left, right, guys? Xerocile Adaptation. You don't have to kill for it, so I think this is better than this. Any opinions?
Slightly better.
Yeah, still bad.
I don't know. Like this, putting it there, it makes me want to put like the respiratory capacity a little bit higher.
For your sake, I'll do it.
I don't know. I just don't.
Because I'll think
see
about it
the
like
value.
this. Trike, for example, right? If you're... Maybe Trike was a bad example.
Yeah.
Something with high capacity, right? And then you get grabbed by a dino, you have a slightly higher chance of getting value out of this part. Or like when you're drowning. Listen, I'm trying my best to defend you on.
No, what I mean when it comes to the water thing for the herbivores, right? There's
Water?
so many.
Oh.
The zero, whatever it's called.
What?
In some other way, yeah, the
Xerocile,
mutation, yeah. The you get water while eating plants. Only reason it's like we have so much better alternative. We have reabsorption, sustained hydration.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't think these are even
about this?
necessary at all, even for both carnivores.
How about this?
But-
Does this seem like a good change?
Yeah, but the respiratory capacity is something like you actually it's good. While the rest is like, it's okay, but you don't need it. But there is no replacement of respiratory capacity. There is nothing that can replace it. But for those two, we have reabsorption and sustained hydration that can replace it.
I think...
And they're much better.
Yeah, that's true. But I still think this has so much less uses than these two. It gets handy way less. Depends on what dino you're playing. So I'll put it like in between here, maybe.
Like that is true. It doesn't get much use, but for selected dinosaur, it's so good. But those two mutations are like I said, any dinosaur can
By the
pick
way-
the reabsorption.
We're missing something here. There's no... Have we done multi-chambered lungs?
No, that's actually missing.
Alright, then.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think multi-chambered lungs, I think it's ass, but I think it's the best ass there is. No! Hey! Okay, maybe here. It's still better than osteoclosis.
Is it?
I think social behavior might be higher than the bucking one as well.
Yeah, I think social
yeah.
behavior is better, but I would put the fracture resistant a lot higher. It is quite good.
Okay, yeah, true.
It is not terrible, but
I think
again,
this is the place for it.
mm,
Like, do you guys have opinions?
you know what?
Wait.
I take it back. I think it's better than the fracture. I personally, I don't know. I think this feels a little bit better for me because multi-chamber lung, you can actually get it on anyone you want, and it does serve its purpose.
Yeah,
But while
'cause
the fracture resistant is strictly for
I wish it was 10%, man. I wish it was 10%.
10% would be sweet. Dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
10%. I think I would take it as a second gen for sure. I think it would
Oh,
bump
yeah.
it up to A or B even.
I would take that as
Oh,
a
yeah,
third
100%.
option always. I'm not even joking. Alright,
Like,
multi-chambered loop. There's your place. Alright, on to the next one. Congenital that.
Asia.
Yeah, I think this perk is like an S tier. But like over... Is it better than hypermetabolic? It is very situational. I think it's better than reabsorption as well. Because I see a lot of people... Maybe better than nocturnal? I'm not sure. I think like over here. But what do you guys
I think it's better than epidermal.
That I could agree with that.
I think personally it's under Tactile.
They're right here. Yeah, I can see that.
Such a good perk, dude.
It is.
That
great.
extends so many different dinos' life, specifically Dilo.
True. That is true.
Dilo with this is a menace. Obviously,
Yeah.
Cerato is really hard to kill, but man, Dilo feels like unnaturally tanky when you put that on.
True.
It's nice.
Only argument I would have, and I'm just being devil's advocate. I agree with you guys on this position. But only argument I would have is like most of the things when it comes to smaller than Dilo, or even at the Dilo level tends to one-shot you, even if you have the congenital.
True, but you only have to think about like base tail or like tail hits. You get a lot more of those with this.
Yeah, but that's why I'm just saying it. I'm being a devil's advocate. I agree with you guys on this one. But that
right.
would be only my argument because, for example, if Dibbles knocks you and does a thrash on a Cerato's head, it puts it on 12% HP immediately. No counterplay. And you bleed out, actually. You will bleed out with that.
Yeah, and also, not to mention, Rex benefits from this against Trikes.
Oh,
as well.
that is true.
Yeah,
But
because
Trike
Trike
still
is like 200
two-shots it.
kg. Yeah, it doesn't do much, but listen, it does give it like an advantage over Trikes because Trike is like only 200 kg heavier. It does count as heavier, so it does give Rex the higher end. I think it will be the same with Giga, because I have a feeling Giga's gonna have less damage and stuff, but I think it's gonna have more weight than Rex, because it was like that in Legacy. If they follow that principle, I think this is gonna be useful. Giga versus Rex, but we're thinking way too further in the future right now.
I definitely agree. It's good, but there could be like a lot of arguments said about it.
It's not for everyone. Yeah, small tiers, it's basically useless. I think it's just a goated perk for like big small tiers and mid tiers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like
definitely.
Omni up to.
I think Carno even like when you're fighting Tennos and stuff.
I'd say Omni up to Tenno. I think Tenno can benefit from it as well.
Yeah,
just
like
from
fighting Mayas, stuff like that.
Yeah, canny herbivores right now, and later on there'll definitely be big stuff.
Also, Stego versus Striker, stuff like that. Well, doesn't stand a lot of chance right now, but still, something's.
Yeah, I think
something.
it's just goated for the middle weights.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
It's good. It's good.
If we're done with that one, shall we move on to the next and the last?
What's
Now,
that?
Profilic Reproduction. This basically makes it so that whenever you have this mutation, I forgot how you get this mutation. I think you need to already nest someone and get like good stuff on them, right? This makes it so that your next babies from then on will have more health, I think health regeneration and stamina regeneration, and require less food. I don't remember the description exactly.
Your babies have increased health and stamina regen. Your babies require less food and they grow faster.
This is like the goated second gen perk, but I don't think anyone would want to sacrifice one of their own perks for their children. If they do, but are we counting it for the children or for the parent that picks this? Because it changes location depending on who we're counting in.
Yeah, Prolific, you got that one, you got the increased group size, and you got the Gestation.
Oh,
You
a
can pump
combo.
out babies like crazy.
Holy, build an army.
What is this? Are we gonna make like a specific character, mother of the group, best mutation for the breed?
No, build, dude. Actual matriarch.
But does the benefits last till you forever, or is it just while you're in the juvenile state?
I think
That's
it's
my
forever
question.
because you're wasting a whole mutation slot.
Yeah, but we're not sure, because if it's forever, having increased regen health and stamina is quite wild.
Yeah.
Not sure
It
how
just
much
says
it
your
is.
babies. So
Yeah.
that might just be the baby stage. I think it's just the baby stage, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not
If
sure
it
if
How do
extends
we rate
past
this?
that, then
Yeah.
So difficult. We saved the most difficult one to the end, actually.
No, because if it's like babies, like, yeah, it says babies, but do they mean like baby stage, or do they mean like your children?
yeah, I interpret that as baby stage, but it could easily be the latter as well. We
Yeah.
really don't know.
Let's put it like bottom C tier. What do you think of that? Because
But
for the
it's-
parent, it won't do much.
I wouldn't even say that's that bad. You will have an army that's really good.
And also, you will have to feed your children less often, which is also really good. So, like, maybe bottom of B tier?
I
Or
think B
bottom
tier
of A
is
tier?
good.
A?
No, definitely not A. I would say, personally, I think B is fine, because if it doesn't give the perks permanently to its parents, I would put it on C tier. But if it does, then I would put it on A tier almost. or high B tier.
Yeah, and since
So
we
I'm
don't
putting
know,
it in-
let's put it like middle. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why
Yeah.
I'm putting it there.
I'd put it under cannibal if I knew that it was what I thought.
Yeah.
But
Yep. So, I think that's it. Do we have any other opinions right now about this one specifically?
No, I think it's solid.
Alright, now,
That's fine.
let's do a little bit of a revisit, alright, Lau? Let me add a row below, and this will be our F tier. Alright, now, what are we moving down to this F tier? Let's see. So, I think, personally, this thing's definitely F tier. Popping out children, if this is not F tier, at least this is.
we could put enhanced digestion a little higher.
Enhanced digestion a little higher? Yeah, alright, sure.
What do you guys
Around
think?
here, because I think Heighened Ghrelin still has potential against it.
I feel that like it's above truancy.
True. Oh, that actually honestly makes sense, because you do get to keep your
It's more
growth.
applicable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other outliers?
I think we're like underrating this a lot.
Is that the night vision one?
Yeah, this is the one where it improves your night vision. For like herbivores, it's really good actually. So maybe
You cannot
it's
get it on herbies. Yeah. But when I play carnivore, honestly, I don't have really night vision issues. I don't know if it's new terrain, but I
No, I
never
don't either.
ran into an issue where I was like, oh my god, I cannot see myself. I never
I
had
think
that issue.
herbivores it can be bad.
Yeah.
Carnivores not really.
Yeah.
But
but-
herbivores at dawn and dusk, it gets pitch black for
Yeah.
a couple minutes. But other than that, I feel like you can see all right. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it ain't easy, but you can still kind of see.
I think
But
even
again,
if
this-
you like get this on true or something has amazing night vision, I think you're gonna flashbang
Not
yourself.
True has amazing night vision.
I think you don't.
But-
I think this like goes against you.
Yeah. But again, like herbivores cannot get it, and I don't think carnivores have night vision issue. Honestly,
Definitely don't.
that's
Yeah.
personally like I'd never had a night vision issue.
What do we think about this one? I'm thinking about moving this to F tier.
Yeah, I
Yep.
wouldn't mind.
I think this
Bone
one
one
also,
as well for sure.
Yeah.
It's like I think this is worse than this. Actually, no, it's better. Yeah, it's better than this.
Yeah. Okay.
This, you can do a whole nest build with this. One with the baby. I forgot what the other stuff. Oh, this one, social behavior, and then this whole baby
matriarch
build.
build.
Yeah. So I think this is good
I think
here.
it's good.
Yeah, augmented. I think this goes like right here. I don't think we need
Yeah.
this at all. Then Heighened Ghrelin.
What was that again?
This one is the one where you can overeat more. It's good for gastro.
I don't know. I would personally put it on F, but I know you like it a lot, so
No, I don't like it a lot. It's just like you gotta give credit where credit's due.
guess.
So there's some people that actually use this in combination with gastro and vomit less, or like don't vomit at all or something.
you need to eat so much, to be honest. I think already gastro heals you enough. I don't
I
think.
agree.
Yeah,
You
this
need
is
to
let's
heal
put
that
this in
much?
top of F. Featherweight, I think this is not that bad. Could
Yeah, I
have
think
its
it's pretty
uses.
okay.
I think it's better
that's fine
actually,
right
like
there.
this. How about this? Fracture resist
Yeah.
is like, yeah. Multichambered lungs. Is this good here? Or is it worse
would-
than featherweight?
I would put it above the whatever it's
Truculency.
called.
Or truculency, actually. Dude, it's
Truculency.
truculency. I just remembered. Someone was correcting me earlier. Or
Yeah,
earlier,
truculency.
as in a few weeks ago. Yeah, truculency. I think it's better than truculency as well. Because people actually sleep on this so much. Because 5%, I know it's not a lot, but being able to regenerate your stamina while trotting, it's actually a really important thing. And yeah, just a little bit of advantage is actually worth it sometimes.
Like we said, if it had another 5%, I would put it on A tier.
Yeah, it's
So,
easy
but-
A tier.
Yeah, but the 5% only is just like,
Yeah,
so where
yeah.
it's like,
Let's see through this list real quick. Is there anything we want to change here? Have a moment of doubt.
Maybe even reabsorb over nocturnal. I'm not gonna lie.
really?
That's the only thing I could I'm like kind of thinking right now.
Let's leave it on on DP, because P
True.
says like it's reabsorb. I say it's current, so I would leave it on you, DP, to choose.
Alright, me personally, since reabsorption does have a really good value, but it's a survival perk, which is actually really good, but considering people actually do log out at night, I do have to give P credit here. Nocturnal's still pretty good, it's why it's an S tier, but I think reabsorption generally gives more value than nocturnal, like, because a lot of people log out. But again, it depends on your dino, like Dilo, you know? I think it's like, because of the people that's logging out. If they didn't, I think I think this is the case. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think we'll keep it like this for now. I think this seems good. I'm wondering what people have to say in comments.
I'm wondering maybe
Mm-hmm.
Hemomania maybe should go a little bit higher. I'm not sure. Either either Hypermetabolic should go to A or Hemomania should go to A, S. And the only reason I say it is because I would pick Hemomania over that
Because
choice.
hypermetabolic is only second, and Hemomania
Yeah.
you can pick it anywhere.
But that's why it's a little bit more difficult because now
I
you
see
have
what
an
you mean
option.
now. I see.
Because
I'll
you
put
have
this
to
down
take-
to actually, because this is you're taking like you're not taking gastro just for this. So
Yeah.
I think this goes.
It's like unless you're second gen, it's not a S tier. But if you're first gen, I would pick Hemomania more likely than pick Hypermetabolic over Gastro.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I can come up right now on this one. But what do you
Yeah,
think?
I see.
I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think, P?
Yeah, that's honestly a good point. I'm thinking about that. Because yeah, I think Hemomania because you can pick it whenever.
Yeah, we do
yeah.
have to consider some parts only get picked on second, just like
Al-
Cannibalistic
also-
over here. It's majorly why it's this
Yeah,
low.
I think I would have to agree. I think I would pick Chemo over Hyperbolic.
Yeah,
You know
if
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we switch places though, right? Because this generally gives more value when you're more hungry. But then
Yeah,
again,
because here's the thing. I'm not always hungry. This
Yeah.
game
true.
has a lot of AI.
Yeah.
I think
One
I think
argument
it's like
I
this
have-
actually.
I think this is
Yeah.
better. And my
Yes.
argument on this is because, like, how much does it give you? What, 15% was it?
So I believe
I
Hemomania
think it
5
is.
and Hypermetabolic is 15. So
Yeah,
it only starts
based on your
making
hunger.
yeah, it only starts making sense. It only gets close to Hemomania when you're like 70% hungry.
Really low.
Or
yeah.
66.
But
yeah.
there are like two arguments I have. One is against Cerrados. It's terrible. That means one instant bites vomit because you will be low on hunger if you want to maximize your damage.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
so that's one thing. That's a downside.
Mhm.
And second is if you play anything less than a Cardinal weight class, the damage is like, how much is 15% out of 85 bite force?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not
it's
that good.
laughably low.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
8. How much damage? It's like 12 damage more when
Mhm.
you're zero hunger though. That's 12 damage more when you're zero hunger.
Yep.
And on Omni, that's 6. That's 9 damage more when you're like zero hunger, which is I don't think it's
Yeah.
worth that. 9
Yeah, I think it's
damage.
only ever good for big game like Rex, like Serrato Charge Bite, stuff like that.
Those big guys that get hungry a lot and have actually
yeah.
a lot of bite force, I think it's much more useful.
Mhm.
But Hemomania, I think it just has an overall better value because the drawback just of the Cerrado being able to puke you in one bite is just, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah,
it makes it
yeah,
like
yeah.
impossible to fight a Cerrado.
Yep. Hemomania is
Yeah,
basically
and you're not
active.
always gonna be. Yeah, they're always gonna be bleeding. You're not always gonna be hungry.
And also,
So-
again, second slot only, not second slot
Yeah.
only. Again, this makes a
Yeah.
huge difference.
I
Alright,
would even consider it to S tier, but that's up to you guys. That's why. Hemomania, but
I think high A is pretty good.
actually,
Yeah,
I don't think it's actually pars with those guys on top. Those guys
Yeah.
are like
Mhm.
OP.
Yeah.
This is like good, but yeah, actually,
Yeah,
I think
because
this
like,
is a good list.
think about reabsorption, right? You can use this so well. Even if there's no dinos, you will meet with people if you're going for water. And this will prevent that. You can actually get your life saved just because you didn't go for that water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think this is
grazing
perfect.
plus reabsorb, you can just sustain for ages.
yeah,
It's crazy.
forever.
Yep, I think this is a really good list actually.
That's good.
Yep. Should I finish the video here?
Yeah, I think this is good.
And this was the list. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. And if you agree, subscribe.
Maybe even C. I would agree
It's like the bottom of B tier or like the top of C tier, somewhere between like that.
Yeah,
we can change its location later on. So this is trash. We don't even need to talk about this. This is the one where you get your eggs faster and you incubate.
Wait, hold on.
Advanced gestation. This is trash, bro.
You didn't even let Aki say anything, bro. You didn't even let Aki say anything, bro.
Oh, my bad. Anyway.